So just with the final season coming up, do you plan on getting back in the director's chair for the final season?
Thankfully, it's been a gift. This show is given to all of us in so many ways, and I've never anticipated ever getting to direct on the show. It's just something that Vera sort of put in my head. After we talked about when we blocked out scenes, and then I brought up with Carlton, and he sort of championed me, he and Carrie, and the network and the A&E and Universal took a shot on me, and thankfully I didn't royally screw it up. So they had me do it a second time, and now I'm lucky enough to get to do it the third time.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Is that something that's going to carry over after the show's over for you?
I would love to. I'm a frustrated writer, so I always saw myself at least trying to break through as a writer. I never thought in a million years that I would actually try to take a shot at directing, certainly TV, because I've been lucky to be part of a number of shows, but it's never been something I thought would be my calling in any way. But as I said, Vera was the one who sort of planted this in me, and now I'm obsessed with it. Now I get it. I totally get it. It is, you get to see the entire picture. You get to execute, obviously, the blueprint, and occasionally put your spin on it and interpret it. So it's a gift.
Can you talk at all about what we're going to see with your character in the next season? Because you guys, it just broke my heart. Because which of course it was supposed to do, but
broke my heart.
Yeah, I mean, the two characters finally had found a little piece of happiness in this really sick,
It's interesting.
thing.
No, thank you for that. I can't speak to too much. I know sort of the broad strokes of what my character is going to go through. I could say out of the gate that I think. He's still reeling over his loss and over Norman ostensibly getting away with it. So I think he's probably. I imagine he's going to be struggling with a purpose to live, to move on after bearing his soul to a woman that being closed for so many years. I mean, my character didn't smile for 3 seasons. So finally opening up to a woman in that way and to whom he believes is the love of his life, only to be completely shattered by it. I think right now he's probably looking for a purpose to live, and either he will shut down emotionally because it's too hard to deal with, or he'll put all of his energy into trying to hunt Norman down, or eventually get to him. So we'll see where they take it, but I imagine it'll be a more active role. I imagine I'll be going after it.
Can you talk a little bit about your preparation process when it came to that scene where you're trying to revive her?
Oh yeah, it's really interesting. That scene hit me a little bit by surprise as an actor and as a human, just as a person. I think it hit a lot of people, Norma's death, by surprise, how much it would affect them. Even though we all know it's a fictitious character, but what Carrie Aaron and Carlton and the writers have created in Norma, and really Carrie she knows that voice so well, so she really writes a lot of that material, and obviously how Vera has interpreted that character, and the combination of both, they created this character that doesn't feel fictitious, and that we've all gotten really attached to it. As Carlton was saying in our panel, he got emotional on a plane crying when he's writing her death. Well, I didn't think I'd get so emotional just reading it, and I did, and so did the crew. And as we were shooting the scene, even leading up to it, I saw a number of crew members just crying. And it dawned on me, I'm not the only crazy one here. We've all fallen in love with Norma Bates. We've all found this character, as dysfunctional as it is, somewhat lovable. So as an actor, I didn't have to emotionally prepare as much as I usually would for a scene like that, because for 4 seasons I'd grown attached to that character. It was pretty much my MO was to eventually get her to open up and trust me, and she finally did, and then she goes and dies on me. So that's heartbreaking. So it didn't take much for me and for others around me to feel that.
It was very daunting to take on. Really, he's an iconic character in Bates, because it's like Hitchcock film. What you guys have done and really kind of fleshed out his background and everything. I mean, as you look back now that it's coming to an end, I mean, what you guys have done has really been really momentous.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And both of the credit goes to the writers. I mean, they took a shot. Carrie and Carlton took an enormous risk in really stepping into cinematic hallowed ground, and taking on Hitchcock's maybe his opus, his greatest opus. But what I love that they did, and as you explained it, is they put their spin on it and they investigated each character emotionally, and that's where the story grew from where they were emotionally and how they acted upon those emotions.
In the past, we've seen Romero visit his father in jail, and now that he could be headed to prison, is that something we could see play into things?
It's a great question. I don't know. Thank you. It was such a for me, playing that scene with my father was emotional, and it was. I wonder if the writers. I don't actually generally know if they will entertain that. If I will be in jail or in prison, if I will be out on bail necessarily at one point, and if I'll cross paths with my father. I don't know that for sure, but I think emotionally I'm so bereft. I'm such a mess right now that I imagine that my goal would be less about healing wounds of my dad and more about getting to my objective, which is to destroying this madman who essentially took away the love of my life.
One more quick one. So as a director, do you sit in on the post-production process at all?
I do, and it's amazing because it's funny. The 2 episodes I got to direct, I was in them quite a bit. So, but thankfully the production team was able to carve out 4 days for me to edit, which is the standard for on the first episode. This last time, actually, I only had a day and a half. But the wonderful thing, Sarah Boyd, who also directed an episode, she's one of our amazing editors. I was shooting one day. I had to be in Vancouver, and I don't think she'd ever done this. I actually FaceTimed her, and she, and we cut on my phone, and I would just say, "Can you cut here? Can we play with this here?" for 8 hours before I went to shoot another scene. So that was a new one, and but it worked out. Thankfully, it worked out, and she's an extraordinary editor as well as a director. But it was we're also invested in the show. We're also in love with this world. And we're also emotionally attached. It feels like a surrogate family, but it feels like a very strong family. And the writers feel the same way, and the editors feel the same way. So when we're collaborating, even through FaceTime, you can't get enough. You can't give enough because you want to give back. So much is coming your way.
That's amazing. Editing through FaceTime. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.